Hey guys, it's Tinker Taylor here today, back with another Pokemon build series video. Today we have Skiploom, who is a grass flying type. It looks like a little green plant dog thing with a flower on its head. It's pretty cute, and I thought I'd make a little flower shop, but I would make it just a tiny bit ominous. So yeah, like I said, the Pokemon's pretty cute, but it has red eyes, and it's, you know, whenever you see red eyes in drawings, it's always indicating something creepy, something nefarious or evil or anything like that. So yeah, I thought I would build something a little bit nefarious, and I took inspiration from an episode of The Blacklist. It's in one of the earlier seasons, so if you've watched like a bunch of it, you might not remember it, but if you've only watched a couple of seasons, you might remember it. It's I think we're in the florist shop once, and I believe it's in the episode about the Kenyon family, or Kenyon, something to do with that. I need to sorry there for a second, I just had to cut because my cat was meowing at my door, and I went back and listened to the audio, and you can hear her, so I kept it in. That's so cute. I can't believe you could hear her. I've never gone back and listened to my audio, so yeah, very abrupt change to what we were just talking about. But yeah, I don't listen to my audio, I don't check on it, I don't change it around. But this morning I was actually playing around with audio, so I thought I would go back and listen for it. And I know when I'm going to mess around with my audio, I'm going to go back and double check that you guys can actually still hear it, because it's too cute not to hear. But she's on my chair with me now, purring up a storm. I doubt you'd be able to hear her purring because she's pretty quiet with it, but yeah, very cute, very sweet. But anyway, I was saying, yes, this build is inspired by that episode from The Blacklist. I was gonna say The Black Dwarf, but that's not a show. My favorite show is Red Dwarf, and it's a color, and then the word after it, just instinctively my brain goes to say dwarf. No, it's Blacklist. The Blacklist, I should say. So yeah, if you've seen that show, if you've seen that episode, this is what this is inspired by. So there is a little questionable area in this build. That's how I'm gonna put it. I'll let you guys discover it when we actually get to it. But I had a lot of fun building this build. I don't know, it's sometimes when I'm building, I feel like because I'm so burnt out, I'm just rushing to get it done, and I'm over the build, and I don't want to do it, and blah blah blah. But like this build, I'm like, I actually kind of like it. Like I'm having fun with building, and it's really been sort of like a stress reliever for me. So I don't know, I'm just really thoroughly enjoying it. So yeah, I don't know, definitely let me know your thoughts down below on the build. I love it. I'm not one to really boast about my build skills. It's not really my go-to thing. It's not even boasting. Like I don't feel proud of my builds necessarily all the time. But you know, like if it's good, why not be proud of it? So that's what I'm trying to do. If you guys hate it, or if you think I've done something wrong or whatever, definitely let me know. But I like it. I think it looks good. Do I think there are things that could be worked on and improved? Absolutely. It's not a perfect build, but I'm still pretty happy with how it turned out. So yeah, if you do have any criticisms or feedback or anything like that, definitely let me know down below in the comments. And also, if you have been listening to my videos, or even just like the last video and this one, let me know down below if you noticed the difference between the audio quality between the two videos. Because yeah, like I said, I've been messing around. I've been learning how to do audio things, because I didn't even think it would make that much of a difference. Doing some very basic things, but it turns out doing some very basic things actually does a lot. And it makes it sound really good. So well, I say really good, but it makes it sound better. I still don't know exactly what I'm doing, and, you know, listening to the audio of the person who was doing the tutorial, I could hear all of the differences, and it sounded amazing. But because it was a man's voice, he was doing it to his voice, and I don't know if you know this, I'm not a man. So yeah, had to try and learn how to, like, okay, this is actually what's going to suit my voice better, but I don't necessarily know if that's right for my voice. I don't necessarily know if that's right for the video and all that sort of stuff, so, like, I'm still learning, and I think it's one of those things where one day I might sit down with somebody who knows how audio works, and I might just bother them 1,000 times, or I say 1,000 times, I'll ask them 1,000 questions on how to make the audio with my mic and my voice work, because I know it's, it's a little different for each person, but yeah, definitely let me know if you notice a difference, if you like it, if you don't, if you think there was no difference at all, or if it sounds worse, whatever it is, whatever it is you think or feel about it, definitely let me know down below, because I honestly have no idea what I'm doing, but that's pretty typical of me. I generally don't know what I'm doing, and I kind of make it up as I go and hope for the best, and that's kind of how we end up here. So yeah, like I said, definitely let me know your thoughts down below on the audio. If you are somebody who works in audio, please be nice. Like, not to say everyone who works in audio is going to be mean about it, but yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm kind of making it up as I go, so yeah, if you have any tips or tricks, definitely, yeah. But if you're somebody who's not, I would love your feedback, because, I don't know, I feel like audio people know what they're doing, and, they can pick up on every single little detail, but I'm kind of, like, just the general public. What do you guys think? Does it sound better? Does it not? Because yeah, I'm pretty, I don't want to say deaf to it, but I don't really know how much of a difference the editing is going to be making. It is going to put extra time and effort and energy for me. Like, I'm going to be putting extra time, effort, and energy into this, but I think that's a good thing, I've talked about this over the couple of years that I've done this, that I think it should be something that I, each and every time I just do something a little different to level up. First I took more care in my editing, and I also leveling up in my builds, just trying to pay more attention as to what works together, what doesn't, what feels good, what feels bad, and just trying to level up there, trying to listen to, what people want, not just building for the fun of it, but actually figuring out, okay, what would work, what would be usable in a build, and then, working on what makes me happy. So it's been, a bit of a journey, so I thought, yeah, why not work on some video editing improvements. So hopefully that audio is a little better. I know the next thing after this for video improvement will definitely be music, background music, but yeah, I'm not too worried about that at the moment. It's not really a main priority of mine. I do know that, when I listen to videos, the background music definitely does keep me, I don't want to say entertained, but I do appreciate videos that have it versus the ones that don't. But that is a later me problem. Current me is just going to be working on figuring out what audio actually sounds good and what doesn't. And for anybody who is concerned about how quiet I've been in other videos, because I haven't realized just how quiet I was, yeah, part of that editing makes my voice a little bit louder, which is I guess a good thing, but also when I was editing, this person took me through each step, and the first step made my voice really, really loud, but then you get to the last step and it doesn't quieten it down, but it puts it at a level where I'm not shouting. I'm not even shouting now, but it should put it at a level where it's a good level, I think. But I'm pretty sure you guys aren't here for me talking about my video and audio editing. So yeah, I might go back to talking about the build. So yeah, like I said, it's a flower shop. It is potentially usable. I mean, it depends on if you're running it as a small business or as a retail lot. Also, my cat just jumped down and now she's meowing and she's going to start digging on the mirror. I don't know what's going on. She's... What's up? Come here. Yeah? She's not very talkative, so yeah, the fact that, she talks when she wants something, but I don't know what it is that she wants. Sorry, I didn't mean to spook you. But yeah, the build. So I think you could run it as a small business. Like I don't play the game, so I don't really know how it works exactly. I mean, I do know, but I don't know, if you know what I mean. Oh, hello, you're on that side now. Sorry, I will be talking to my cat this entire video, so sorry if it's distracting to any of you, but she is just the sweetest little baby on the planet, and I will always talk to her. But yeah, I know that with small businesses, when you run it on a home lot, that, well, first of all, there would be a home, and there's no home attached to this. But you can have that little beep boop machine that I put in the main area, and people can kind of like come in and pay a fee. I think you have to have that on a small business lot. But I know you can set the fee at 0 and then sell things. So that's kind of, how I aimed this lot to be, is sort of, like you sell things. But I also know with the Get to Work 1.0 that you can set it up as a second, like you have your home lot and then you have your business lot. And this is probably more set up for the business lot than the home business lot. So, yeah, I don't know. It should be good. And I thought, this little bit that I'm setting up here right now, it kind of, to me, it appears like, people order, I've got a wedding or a funeral or a formal, that's what we call proms here in Australia, we call them formals. Like some sort of event where we need flowers, maybe a birthday or something like that, or a graduation, anything. I have no idea what it could be, but it could be almost anything. And then, they put these flowers all at the back, and that way that people don't accidentally buy them. But yeah, you can come and grab whatever it is that you need to grab, and have your little flowers for sale, or have your little flowers for your events that people can buy. Okay, now she's knocking things over. What would you like, sweetie? Okay, I think she wants to be let out, so just give me 1 second, folks. Okay, turns out she wanted to be let out. As most cats do, they want to be let in, let out, let in, let out, let in, and let out. In fact, that's actually a bingo call over on on my Twitch stream. That she wants to be let in or out, and there's another one that I talk to her like a baby, so those bingo calls would have been both called in if this was a stream and not a video, because she does like to make little appearances, and sometimes we give her little treats over there, and she will yell until I actually give it to her as soon as she knows that I have it out. Unfortunately, I am actually currently out of those treats. She does have another one, but if I give too much of that one to her, she gets so excited that she just eats so much of it that she throws up. So I actually have to ration that one out, and that one is a lot easier to ration out when she is not, like when I'm not streaming. So yeah, I keep that one for sort of like more emergency situations, when she's stressed or upset or anything like that, so that, she just, it helps me know whether or not she's really super stressed, too stressed, if I need to do anything else to help her calm her down, or if she just, that's enough to help calm her down, sort of thing. But yeah, anyway, like I've been saying for this entire build, I'm hoping that all of this, you can use as a sort of, like as a shop. It's something I think I would like to visit, but my problem is I don't like the idea of florists, in the sense that, like, you're selling things that are just gonna die. Now, if it's a local florist, I'm cool with that. They grow the flowers there, they sell them there. Not really bad for the environment. In fact, it's probably good for the environment to have a lot of plants around, Plants are good for the environment. But when the plants are grown far away and they have to be transported, the good effects of the plants are negated by the transportation, and like the bad effects of the transportation. For example, have a look into roses and Valentine's Day and the bad effects of the numerous planes that are flying the roses all over the world. I just don't want to be a part of that. But locally grown, I'm happy with, because it's local, it's grown, it's right there. But I don't know, personally, I would prefer being bought a plant and not a flower. I mean, if it's a flower plant, that's fine, but what I mean is just something that can continue to grow. It's not just going to die and then I'm going to have to throw it out. Like, a lot of people who buy you flowers are your loved ones, you know? Like, that's people who are close to you, they love you, they want to show their appreciation or whatever it is, but, like, if you give them flowers, like, that love and appreciation, the gift you got, it's going to die. Whereas if you get them a plant, if it dies, it's my fault. That's me showing I don't appreciate your plant. But, yeah, like, the plant there. Like, again, if you... I don't want a rose bush, but for example, if someone were to buy me a rose bush, that would mean a lot more than if they were to buy me a rose. Now, to be clear, I definitely don't want a rose bush. I am not really big into flowers. I would much prefer fruiting plants. I don't eat a lot of... I'm very picky. I'm a very picky eater. I try not to be, and I'm trying a lot more foods as an adult than I did as a kid, but I'm still extremely, extremely picky. But... yeah, like, if somebody got me an orange tree, that would mean more to me in the entire history of my existence than any flower anyone has ever bought me. Because, yeah, like I was saying, flowers die, and then that's it. Like, the whole memory of whatever the flower is supposed to represent, it's gone. Whereas, if I had an orange tree, every time I looked at the orange, I would think of the person who got it for me, and the memory, and the reason, and, you know, the keeps that alive, and that appreciation alive. You know, my mum, I bought her a mandarin tree for, I think it was Mother's Day a couple of years ago. Because, you know, she if I bought her flowers, they would just die, right? And I've bought her flowers, and she loves them. She loves getting flowers, so I'm okay with, you know, getting her flowers and getting her plants and kind of switching back and forward between them. But, you know, the orange tree is something that, you know, she'll actually be able to benefit from that for years to come. You know, like, it's not going to live forever, but it's going to live long enough that, you know, there's going to be oranges all around. Like, there's going to be a lot going on. And my mum does want to eventually move to a farm and have a little, tiny little self-sustaining farm situation going on, which absolutely respect. I love that. And the tree, like, she can take that with her and she can plant it and she can have an orange tree. She's already got a few other things that she has, she just wants to grow and not have to buy, which, you know, in this economy, absolutely brilliant idea, absolutely support that. So yeah, I'm happy to assist in that. And, you know, it is expensive to buy a tree, but at the end of the day, the thing, like, the money that you're saving on all of the fruit and vegetables and stuff that you're growing, I know vegetables don't come as a tree, but that's also stuff that she will be growing, and I hope to as well one day. Yeah, like, the initial cost of buying it in the long run is cheaper than continually just buying these items. So yeah, that's my feelings, thoughts, opinions, whatever, on flowers. So yeah, but again, like, my mum loves getting flowers. She loves it all the time. You know, co-workers and friends and family will get her flowers. So, you know, usually she has flowers in a vase somewhere in her house. And she likes that. So, you know, again, just because I don't like it doesn't mean other people can't like it. So yeah, but I just yeah, flowers not really my thing. I don't know, I'm more, I used to say when I was a teenager, rocks. Get me rocks. I like rocks. Rocks are never gonna die. And I still believe that. I still think rocks are never gonna die, and it's cool to have them. But, I don't know. I don't really. I was gonna say chocolate milk. Chocolate milk is, you know, I love it, but, you know, the argument of, well, flowers will just die, but, you know, chocolate milk will just be drunk. But chocolate milk makes me happy, so it's different. It's completely different. Yeah, I might be a little addicted to chocolate milk. Just a tiny bit. I don't know, I'm also not one who, you know, like, I don't need gifts. You know, for when I graduated uni the first time, I don't think I got a single gift, and I was happy about that because the gift was the degree, like, it was done. I didn't have to go to another class. Well, I did because I went back to uni, but it's not the point. The point is that degree was over. Well, both of the degrees were over. So, you know, it was done. It was finished. We went out to dinner. A big group of us went out to dinner because there was a few of us who were graduating at the same time, and yeah, we just went out and had dinner, and it was lovely. And that's what was important to me, was the celebration and the existence together. And the other time I graduated, I don't think I did anything. Oh no, sorry, I did. I went down to my uni because I moved away from my uni, and a few of my friends were also graduating at the same time. So I decided to go down and sort of celebrate their graduation. And I went out to dinner with them for their celebration, and I just decided not to do anything for me, you know? Like, they wanted to go down for dinner, so let's go out for dinner. And again, no gifts. And I was happy with that. I don't know, I just, like, for other people, yes, I'll get you a gift. If you have done something amazing and fantastic, you deserve a gift. But I just don't see the point in it for me, per se, you know? I don't know, I'm trying to, I don't want to say I'm trying to live a more minimalist lifestyle, but I don't have a need for a lot of things. I'm very simple in my life. Like I'm saying, chocolate milk, that could be, that could be what I get. Because yeah, I don't really, I don't know, I've never really been one for getting gifts. Giving, yes. Getting, not necessarily. So, I don't know. It's definitely an interesting feeling and vibe and existence when, yeah, like, all that sort of stuff exists. But, you know, like I said again, I'm happy to give gifts. I'm very much a big gift giver. I'm just not much of a gift receiver. I'm still very grateful for every gift I get, though. Like, it's not to say I'm not grateful. I just don't expect them, you know? But yeah, I don't know. Let me know down below your thoughts on gift giving and receiving. I know some people like to be spoiled, and you know what? If that's you, no judgment. Go for it. I'm on the other end where I'm happy to spoil my friends and family. I'm just not one to necessarily want to be spoiled. It should be fairly obvious from this video that, yeah, chocolate milk, if you get me chocolate milk, I've been spoiled. That, to me, is being spoiled. So, yeah, I'm very much more of a gift giver than a gift receiver, but, you know, I know we're all different, and that's what makes us, you know? It makes us all different and unique and interesting, and, you know, it's what helps us pair all together nicely, you know? So, yeah, I don't know, it's interesting and curious, and I love learning more about people in the world and society and all that sort of stuff, and how we're different, and how all those differences, like, it's gonna sound stupid, but how all those differences make us the same. You know, we all have something about us that makes us us, but that's what makes us a group. It makes us together. That probably makes absolutely no sense to you guys, but yeah, we're all so different that we're all the same. You know, we all have our own goals, our own reasons, our own beliefs, and all of that sort of stuff, but, like, everybody has that, so we all have that, so it's all this, like, we all have something that, yeah, I didn't mean for this to go down, like, a weird philosophical path. I'm also not one who's big in philosophy, because it makes me, I don't know, for me it makes me feel overwhelmed. I know other people, it makes them feel centered and calmed and relaxed and, you know, like a part of something, but for me it makes me feel overwhelmed, because it makes me feel both big and small, and it's very confusing, and yeah, not really what I'm aiming for. I don't want to feel confused and conflicted and big and small at the same time. But luckily we don't need to worry about too much more philosophy talk, because we are getting close towards the end of the video here. I just go around placing a few plants, a few trees and stuff like that. stuff that isn't used in the florist shop. But yeah, just some fun little planty plants. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this build. We will be jumping into some screenshots in a second, which is something, yeah, I think I'll just be doing that from now on permanently. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the build. So any second now we will be jumping into those screenshots. And there we go. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing more builds like this, definitely make sure to subscribe. At the moment, my schedule is kind of all over the place because I'm trying to catch up, but the goal is at the moment to do 2-ish videos a day until I get back to my normal 1 day a week schedule. But yeah, I also did mention this earlier, but I also do live stream over on Twitch. I've been thinking about dual streaming to YouTube, but I will have to upgrade my PC first, which is just... It runs on hopes and dreams at the moment. But yeah, like I was saying, if you want to see more stuff like this, make sure to check that out. There's a link down below to all the other stuff, all my other links and whatever in the description, as well as all the packs and kits used. But until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.